General Varkash of the Karzoon Collective had survived 32 planetary invasions, 8 extermination campaigns, and 1 personal audience with the Void Maw, a being whose presence alone caused lesser species to evaporate into ash. He was battle-hardened, emotionlessly efficient. He had never known fear, or so he believed. The encounter, the human frigate Resolute. Dawn drifted helplessly near the Karzoon blockade over the frontier world Soria 7. Its hull was cracked. Engines dead, comms barely functional, a perfect trophy capture. Varkash stood tall, 3 meters of armored exoskeleton, claws that could rip steel, and a glare that had silenced navies. "Bring me the human commander," he ordered. His soldiers shoved forward a single human, Captain Elena Reyes. Blood streaked her uniform. She stood without trembling. That annoyed him. "Human captain," Varkash growled. "Your vessel is disabled. Your system is lost. Your alliance is crumbling. Why do you still resist?" Reyes stared at him with unsettling calm. "Because," she said, "this is just another Thursday." His inner eyelids blinked. "Thursday?" he repeated. "A day," she replied casually. "In the middle of the week. We get through them, even the bad ones." Varkash paused, confusion giving way to a sensation he hadn't felt in decades. Uncertainty. "You claim this?" He gestured to wreckage, death, war. "Is merely a day of your week?" Reyes shrugged. "Pretty average, actually. Humans deal with worse. That was the moment. Only..." Later would he admit it, when something in him cracked. Humans versus the impossible. He tried interrogation by domination. "You are facing the Karzoon. We consume worlds," Varkash thundered. "We burn civilizations to light our feasts. And humans," Reyes countered, "turn apocalypses into inconveniences." She talked about Earth like a mythic beast. Volcanoes exploding without warning, superstorms bigger than continents, ancient plagues that nearly wiped them out. Entire continents grinding into each other at fault lines, creatures with poison, claws, and teeth sharing their cities. And that's before we invented the stuff that tries to kill us on purpose, she added lightly. "For a species obsessed with survival," Varkash admitted, "you are remarkably fragile." "Yep, bones like chalk," she grinned. "But we still get up." The general shook his head. "But why? Why fight when logic demands surrender?" Reyes lifted her chain-bound hands. "Because humans don't fight to live. We live to fight." There was something ancient in her voice, something dangerous. The war humans didn't fear. The Karzoon had studied human history. Violence was abundant, yes, but records painted humans as disorganized, emotional, and tragically mortal. Not terrifying. Not like this. "Do all humans think this way?" he asked. "Oh, we're diverse," Reyes replied. "Some of us make art, some cook amazing food. Some cry easily, some break under pressure." She leaned forward, smiling with too many teeth. "But the ones who don't break, the ones who run toward the fire, you meet those humans in war." "War breaks all species," Varkash said. "It made us," she replied. Varkash's flashback. He remembered learning about humanity as a cadet. Humans are unpredictable. Kill them quickly. He had laughed then. What sort of prey chooses unpredictability as its defense? The real threat, he tried a different tactic. "What do you hope to accomplish? Morale, negotiation, bargaining for your crew?" "My crew?" Reyes laughed. "General, you think I'm the one in trouble?" She nodded toward a viewport. A human fleet emerged from warp, silent and dark. No comm hail. No threats. No demands. Predators don't warn prey. Karzoon officers scrambled. "General, unknown vessels." "They are approaching very fast." "How many?" Varkash demanded. "Not many," the officer shrieked. "But readings indicate absurd weapon power." "They are overcharged beyond safety. They should explode trying." Reyes leaned in. "We have a saying, if the guns aren't dangerous to the user, they're not dangerous enough." Varkash stared at her. She winked. Humans arrive. The lead human dreadnought began broadcasting on all channels. Return our captain. Or we stop being polite. It wasn't a declaration of war. It was a promise. The Karzoon fleet readied weapons. Massive cannons aimed. Missiles locked. Humans didn't flinch. Instead, the dreadnought hailed again. We are prepared for consequences. The Karzoon had encountered fanatics, raiders, machines, but consequence ready? That was new. Human madness. Why? Varkash demanded. You're outnumbered 10-1. You cannot win. Reyes smiled. Oh, we can't win. But we can make sure you lose too. The Admiral's voice repeated. Stand down, or we turn this blockade into a graveyard. His second-in-command whispered fearfully. They are Deathworlders who view death as optional. The word that broke him, Varkash turned back to the human. Desperate for understanding. What do you call this battle? This hopeless charge? Reyes tilted her head thoughtfully. Oh, this? She shrugged. This is just another rescue mission. Just another. The words echoed. Not noble. Not desperate. Routine. The general's hearts dropped into a cold abyss. Because if this was ordinary, what was humanity like when they were truly tested? The breaking point Karzoon ships powered weapons. Humans launched. Every ordered shot from Varkash's fleet was returned with twice the fury. Human ships tore forward even as hulls melted, even as entire decks vented into space. They refused to slow. That is irrational, his tactical officer screamed. No, Varkash whispered. That is human. One smaller human corvette collided with a Karzoon destroyer. It did not eject, did not retreat. It detonated, not to kill the enemy, to make an opening for others. Human Captain Frida's chaos erupted. A squad of armored humans breached the holding bay. Captain, we're here to take you home, one soldier shouted. Reyes nodded to Varkash as they unshackled her. Told you it was just another Thursday. You are all insane, Varkash muttered. She grinned. We call it being human. The decision that ended a war. Varkash watched his soldiers die, watched humans die with equal determination. He thought of something his old instructor once said. Victory is survival. Defeat is extinction. But humans think defeat is incomplete until the enemy is gone too. He issued a fleet-wide command. Ceasefire. Retreat. Leave these humans to their madness. His officers stared in disbelief. General, this will be seen as cowardice. No, he said quietly. This is wisdom. As the Karzoon ships jumped away, Varkash locked eyes with Reyes one last time. What do humans call a battle like this? He asked. She adjusted her uniform. A warm-up. He froze. Then he understood fear. Epilogue. The message to the Empire. Varkash returned home a war hero turned prophet of dread. He addressed the Karzoon High Council with a declaration no one expected. Do not provoke Earth. Do not corner humans. They are fragile. They break. But when they break, they cut back. He ended with the phrase that would haunt his species for generations. War is hell. Humans call it Tuesday. The war against the Terran Alliance ended not with treaties or surrender, but with a very powerful species deciding it would rather live than find out what humans were like when they actually tried. General Varkash had ended the war, but not the fear. For the first time in his decorated life, nightmares stalked him. Not of monsters, not of galactic horrors, nightmares of humans smiling in battle. Their eyes held a truth that defied reason. We will die to win. And if we don't win, we'll make sure you don't either. The Karzoon Collective had retreated from Soria 7, expecting humans to celebrate victory. Instead, humanity prepared. A warning. No one wanted. The High Council summoned him. Their chambers were enormous, towering obsidian monoliths carved with the skulls of fallen conquerors. Traditions demanded Varkash kneel, but he remained standing. Cowardice had not driven him. Reality had. High Chancellor Vortal sneered. General, you abandoned a victorious campaign. You returned without spoils, without glory. Varkash's mandibles clicked sharply. I returned alive, Chancellor. That is the greater achievement. Murmurs spread through the chamber. None dared voice the thought. If Varkash fears something, perhaps we should too. Vortal's voice slithered with contempt. We demand proof of this human threat. Varkash did not blink. Very well. Invite the humans here. Silence crashed like a comet. You are mad, another counselor hissed. No, Varkash corrected. I am educated. The summit invitation, a diplomatic invitation, was sent to Earth. The council expected humans to refuse. Instead, the reply was immediate. We are coming. Worst case scenario. They were coming eagerly. The council ordered Varkash to host the human delegation. He accepted without hesitation. Better he deal with the humans than anyone else. At least he had spoken to one and survived. But as he left the chamber, he caught a chilling detail. The human transmission wasn't signed by a government. It was signed by just another human. Varkash almost fainted on the spot. Arrival of the wolves, the day came. Earth did not send ambassadors in peace robes. No ceremonial guards, they sent soldiers, human. Marines, armored, scarred, silent, not expressionless. No, they smiled. Varkash's exoskeleton tremored. Involuntarily. Then she stepped forward. Captain Elena. Reyes, alive, unbroken, more. Dangerous than ever. General, she greeted. Captain? He replied with a bow he would give no king. You called. We came. Her tone was relaxed. Too relaxed. We'd like to avoid war, but that requires understanding. Understanding what? Varkash asked carefully. Reyes's eyes sharpened. Why you thought humans were an easy mark. He gulped. We misjudged. The tour humans were escorted through the capital under heavy guard. They did not flinch at weapons. They did not marvel at architecture. They did not fear the skies filled with dreadnoughts. One Marine muttered to another. Bored. Feels like a museum, Varkash overheard. These halls depict 100 conquered civilizations, he protested. The Marine nodded. Cool. Humans have amusement parks scarier. They weren't boasting, merely stating facts. The Archive of Conquests. Finally, Reyes asked to see the Karzun War Archive, where trophies from subjugated species were displayed. Shrunken relics, battle-scarred banners, shattered weapons. Human soldiers examined everything with clinical interest. Cute, one said, pointing at a massive plasma cannon. Kids on Earth play with fireworks bigger than that. Varkash almost choked. Diplomacy. Human style in the grand negotiation chamber, the High Council stared down the humans. Chancellor Vortal scoffed. Why should we fear you? You are physically weak. Lower tech, short-lived. Reyes smiled politely. We don't want fear, she said. We want respect. But if you cannot respect us, you will earn your own extinction? Vortal mocked. She remained calm. No. You will stop existing because you won't realize you're already dead until humans let you know. A counselor slammed a fist. Ridiculous! Your species can barely survive your own planet. Reyes leaned forward. And that's why you should worry. The truth of Earth. She listed Earth's minor inconveniences. Air tries to kill you. Oxygen corrosion. Water kills you. Drowning. Pathogens. Plants kill you. Toxins, thorns, carnivores. Animals definitely kill you, big and small. Space rocks drop regularly without warning. Planet shifts and explodes under your feet. Earthquakes and volcanoes. Earth, she concluded, is a hell world. Instead of dying off, we thrived. Humans at the table nodded like this was obvious. The anecdote that silenced the galaxy captain, Reyes inhaled slowly. You think battles frighten us? Humans invented games about falling from planes. We chase storms. We swim with predators. We climb death to take a photo. She held up 3 fingers. 3 things humans fear. Losing family, running out of coffee, boredom. We fight not because we want to. We fight because stopping is worse. She tapped the table lightly. That tap sounded louder than a war cry. War is when humans come alive. The moment of truth, the humans stood. Reyes gave the council one final gift. We don't fear war. We fear peace that rots us. So give us a reason to stay peaceful. She placed a sealed case on the table for you, she said to Varkash. Then the humans left without, waiting for permission. The chamber shook in silence. The human gift, the council stared at the case like it might explode. Varkash approached, slowly, carefully. Inside were 3 items: a small stone, a simple metal tag, a handwritten note. The stone was blackened, scarred. Varkash scanned it. Igneous rock from Earth, but readings showed atmospheric re-entry at multiple speeds and intense chemical corrosion. Vortal frowned. This has endured impossible conditions. Varkash nodded. On Earth. This is just a rock. Next, he examined the metal tag. Words etched. Lit Greaves. Just another human. It contained microscopic damage from shrapnel, plasma burns, and what looked like teeth marks. He read the note last. We are fragile. We are temporary, but nothing survives longer than a human reason. Signed, just another human. Varkash sighed. 2 humans. Heroism is common, he whispered. Madness is normal. The council stared. So what should we do? One asked. The general looked them dead in the eyes. We show them respect. Because if humans ever feel disrespected, the galaxy will burn. The Treaty of Soria 7, and so, without pride or pageantry, the Karzoon signed a pact of mutual non-aggression with Terra, the first government in history to choose survival over honor. Reyes, observing remotely, smiled as the treaty stamped into galactic law. That, she declared to her Marines, is how humans do diplomacy. One Marine asked, so this is a big deal, right? Captain Reyes shrugged. Just another Tuesday. Epilogue. The rallying cry back on Earth, the Terran Alliance broadcast a message to humanity. We are not the strongest. We are not the smartest. We are not the longest lived. But we are the ones who get back up. And the galaxy has finally noticed. Children across Earth repeated a new oath. We are human. We endure. We rise. The stars above seemed to recoil. Because now, humanity wasn't reacting to threats. They were preparing for opportunity, and the universe whispered in terror, if this was just another, what happens when humans have something that truly matters? War had not changed them. It had reminded them humanity was coming. General Varkash slept less and thought more. The Treaty of Soria 7 had ended the war. Yes, but the galaxy was not at peace. Not when a death-world species like humanity existed, because humans had a dark truth buried in their history. They didn't need enemies to become dangerous. They only needed a challenge. A galaxy on edge news spread fast. The Karzoon fear the humans. The humans fear nothing. Other empires grew bold, testing humanity with probes and spies. Then, something happened that pushed everything beyond. Diplomacy. A distress beacon flared from Outpost Belgrade, a human colony at the galaxy's fringe. Transmission cut off mid-scream. Varkash heard the rumors. A species worse than the Karzoon had arrived. A species that didn't conquer. It consumed the silent sector. The humans didn't wait for permission. They deployed fleets into the abandoned Null sector, the last known location of the distress signal. The Karzoon monitored from afar, terrified but curious. At the helm of the Terran flagship Iron Resolve, Captain Elena Reyes. Humanity had learned a lesson. Prepared humans were terrifying. Motivated humans were unstoppable. Angry humans were extinction. Today, humanity was all three. A new enemy scouts returned, changed. Their voices shook as they reported, the Devourers. They wear what they kill. Armor made of bone. Weapons made of organ and sinew. Ships grown, not built. The Chazar had arrived. Entities without fear, without mercy, without borders. Creatures who saw the galaxy as a larder. Human leadership asked only one question. Where was the colony taken? The scouts pointed to the darkest region of star charts, the Maw of Asterion, a place no empire dared explore, except humans. The human response, a war council assembled. Some diplomats hesitated. We must negotiate. Reyes shook her head. Negotiate what? Which body part they want first? Admiral Cho slammed a gauntleted fist into the table. They took our people. We'll bring them back. Or bring the Maw down with them. Varkash watched via encrypted stream. The humans weren't looking for peace anymore. They were hunting Varkash's choice. He stood before his own high council. "We must aid the humans," he said. Gasps, outrage. Vortal hissed. "You have lost your mind." "No," Varkash replied. "I found my allies." The council rejected him, called him traitor, stripped him of rank. So Varkash did the most human thing he could do. He defected. With a small fleet of loyal warriors, he jumped into hyperspace, toward the humans, toward the war. Reunion on the front line. When Varkash's ships arrived, every turret on the human flagship locked on him. The comm screen flickered. Reyes appeared. "Well, look at that," she smirked. "The scary guy came back." "I am not here to scare," Varkash said with grim pride. "I am here to stand with you." Her smile softened into something dangerous. Then welcome to the madness. Into the maw. The joint fleet plunged into the Asterian dark. Sensors failed. Maps warped. Signals died, the maw whispered, and then the enemy revealed itself. Shazar bio ships surrounded them, grotesque and silent. Their broadcast came through as bone on bone. "Consume the warm ones. Leave no screaming unheard." Humans didn't freeze, they laughed. Reyes replied on an open channel. "Careful what you wish for." Humans scream while they fight. The battle that defined species. Human vessels surged forward first. Engines overheating. Hulls cracking from acceleration. Karzoon ships followed, roaring like reborn beasts. Energy beams carved through bone ships. Organic missiles splattered corrosive acid. Boarding pods slammed into hulls, disgorging horrors. Humans countered with something worse. Their bare hands if needed. Varkash watched a human marine break a Chazar soldier's jaw using his own broken arm as a club. That was the moment he understood. Humans do not fear pain. They weaponize it. The cost of hope. They located the colony, not intact, but alive, caged, tortured, harvested. Human civilians, starved yet unbroken, banged against the prison walls when they saw the soldiers arrive. "You came for us," a child sobbed. A Marine lifted her up. "Of course we did. It's Thursday." The Chazar queen deep in the maw's heart. A colossal entity rose, a biomechanical titan pulsating with stolen life. The Chazar queen. Her voice rattled bones. "You are food that fights. Admirable. Useless." Reyes approached in an assault shuttle. "We're not food," she shouted. "We're the ones who bite back." The queen lunged, and Reyes detonated her ship's entire payload point blank. A suicidal move, unless a grappling hook shot out before the explosion. Reyes soared through the air, landing on Varkash's cruiser as flaming debris rained. "I'm getting good at this," she grinned. The human line. Every species has a breaking point. Humans had one too. It was called the line. The moment when survival no longer mattered, only victory. Humans charged, screaming not in fear, but in fury. Varkash roared beside them. "For humanity! For the galaxy!" Reyes shouted back. "For just another Tuesday!" The Marines bellowed. The queen fell, impaled on the shattered prow of a human destroyer. Her hive mind screamed and then went silent forever. The war ends in the ruins of the maw. Survivors were rescued. Enemy remnants burned. Bodies buried with honor. The living held tight to one another. Reyes approached Varkash. "You're a traitor now," she reminded him. "Yes." He nodded. "To fools." She laughed, a sound that felt like sunrise. "We could use more fools like you." Varkash bowed. "And I could use more humans. A new future, humanity, and the car." Zune formed the first cross-species alliance, the Pact of Asterion. Its pledge: when the darkness comes, we go first. Other empires followed, reluctantly but gratefully. Humanity had become something new, not conquerors, not victims, keepers of the line. Final message to the stars. Captain Reyes broadcast across every known channel. To whoever hears this, we do not seek war. We seek challenges. If you threaten the innocent, if you take what isn't yours, we will find you. We will fight you. And for us, that's just another day. Humanity, the galaxy listened and understood.